Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Untomoto. Untomoto is Igbo Nigerian word for words of wisdom that we share with you so that you can add to your repertoire. It is always a joy and pleasure to have this talking drum with you. See, the talking drum is when I personally have a session with my audience, usually without a guest. But today, I did invite someone to join me so that now it's an actual Untomoto segment. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Our topic today is why do women like drama? Why do women like drama? Why do we like drama? But before we start talking about that, I just want to share this. I will take this moment and urge all of you. If you have not seen The Woman King, the movie starring Viola Parker and her formidable co-actors, you should. You absolutely should. See, now, I'm not going to ruin it by telling you exactly what to expect. But I think as a woman, and I don't care what your race, you should go and see it because it's part of history. Formidable. That's all I can say. To me, it speaks about what happens when women decide to be a part of the solution and not the cause of the problem, or at least to be part of to decry the moral and social implications of the activity which involved the slave trade. This movie has an Oscar buzz around it, and it should, and it's breaking box office numbers. I believe it will be well earned. When we had the fictitious Black Panther movie, we embraced it excitedly, and it deserved to be embraced. It was just absolutely magnificent, and we all better off for it. Many of us celebrated all over the world. And I do believe this movie deserves the same level of excitement, particularly when this is based on historical facts. Those who tell you that you are not going to watch it, you shouldn't go and watch it. You should go watch it anyway. Let their conscience and excuses be their guide. But I'm telling you, don't let anybody shoot on you. You know what it is, what you should or should not do about this phenomenal experience. Go and see it. Go and see it. It is well worth your time. And that's what I just want to start with this before we go into our discussion today. But before we get started, I would like to welcome my dear friend, Dr. Symona Monet. Hello, Doc.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my God, you look lovely.
Thank you. You do too. I love the yellow.
Oh
The
my
yellow
goodness.
and black is beautiful.
You know what I'm saying. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you here. Did you see the movie yet?
I have not seen the movie yet, but I'm excited to go and see the movie. There's been so much. At first, I was, and I believe I was telling you, I said, I'm so excited to go see the movie. And then I saw all of the press, negative press about the movie. And I said, now I really want to see it even more because I want to see the view, my own view. I want to have my own view on really what this movie is about. And like you said, Black Panthers, that was, pretty much fiction,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then this movie is true history. So I think part of it may be that we're in denial of some of the history that we've had and just do not want to accept that. But I really want to see the movie.
You should. You know what? It makes you uncomfortable. It
Mm.
makes you uncomfortable, and but sometimes it's okay to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
You've got to get from uncomfortable to comfortable because it's telling
Absolutely.
the truth. And oh my God, those powerful women. Oh, I don't even want to give it away. Go and see it. It is a must. And guess what? I'm going to go see it again. Anything that it's worth it. It is worth it. So to me, it's a nice way to pass the time. Go and see it. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. Don't listen to these people on TikTok. Don't listen to these people on Facebook.
Yes.
And forget all of that. They have their reasons, but I'm telling you, you're not going to think quite like them after you see it. There are some aspects of it, certainly that some people may question because, it doesn't make them comfortable. That's okay. That's okay. Nothing is ever supposed to make you comfortable. It's supposed to shake you up a little bit. And you know what? If there's something that you don't like, it's only telling you what you must not allow to happen again. That's all. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that we see on a daily basis that, just shake us up a little bit. This is one of them. But it shook me up in a very positive way. I have a Facebook user who says, I'm going again tomorrow. Yes, indeed, you should go. You should go. We should all go. I know I'm going again. Anyway, our topic today is, why are women full of drama? That's a powerful comment. But so let me start by this. As a survivor of childhood trauma, I am definitely an advocate for mental health awareness,
Yes.
because it's part of our mental health. My experience, and the academic journey in clinical psychology makes me want to help others overcome trauma and abuse and heal over time, because for some people that plays a role in why they're full of drama. So this is one area that I believe impact people, particularly women who engage in drama. And I'm sure you know who those people are in your life who are so engaged in drama, they thrive on it. Now, it's obvious that there's some women love it and some women maybe not. But it is a serious issue in our society today. It truly is. I've seen women on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, fighting in the street while other people watch. It gets them attention or something to post on social media. Quite frankly, it's troubling. There's a troubling fact that one of the reasons that people crave company, that people crave drama, is because they want to take it and post it to create more drama around themselves.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And I've got to be honest with you about myself. I don't like too much drama. I have enough drama. I can have enough drama just with myself, by myself. I don't need to have company with that, So I don't keep too much company. I'm quite satisfied just being, by myself. Why I ask questions when something happens. There are those who try to stir even more drama, even when there's no need for the drama. Do you understand? Something quite simple can just be blown into something that is not necessary. And there are people who just revel in it. They love it. It's part of what makes them go. Now, if you ask a lot of women if they love drama, some of them will say no. They'll have the stunned look on their faces. How can you say something like that? Not all women love drama. But here's the thing. Some women, those very women who say, oh, I don't have drama in my life, some of them, those who exclude themselves from the equation and claim that they do not have any drama, some of them do have drama. A lot of them do have drama. Okay. Now, there are women who are predisposed to engage in extremely dramatic behavior. And I grant you, not all women, but there are some, many in fact. And drama can come in all sorts of forms. Sometimes it's obvious and sometimes not, it's more subtle than you could ever think. So let me eradicate the uncertainty that some people may have around this conversation. All women want attention. Okay? Let's be truthful about it. All women do. But some more overtly and some more covertly. But let us be clear. It could be a craving from the core biological and primal level, way from inside. Or it could be caused by other influences, circumstances, society, so many. Let me ask you a question, some of you. When you pick up your phone to call your girlfriend, is it to brag about how maybe your boyfriend or your husband has showered you with goodness and kindness? I hate to say this, but a lot of it is to grumble about, or rather grumble about what he didn't do. He didn't come home last night on time. You just forget all the good things that he's done. So for some reason, we identify with the struggles in life more than we do with the peaceful days. You see, a year could go by where our bills are being paid on time and with ease, but one day, just that 1 month, we lose our job or we are in transition, we will remember forever that we didn't get to pay that bill, and we're focused on how the moment makes us feel. You see, because it's an experience. So for the most part, during most of our everyday lives, we want this drama. Okay, we attach drama to those things that make us feel a certain way. So we want to experience the very thing that makes us feel alive in life. So I just want to say that drama is not always a very negative thing. There's some positive aspects of it. because we as women, we love ambiguity, we love uncertainty. You know, we crave the drama because it gives us an exciting story to tell. It gives us the thrill of jumping out of an airplane without having to mess up our hair. You know, it offers the twinkling of near-death experience that helps us to be thankful for everyday life. It isn't just drama for nothing. There is some reason why it's happening. Now, you can't watch any movie without becoming enthralled by the drama that takes place. You know, there's really no story if there isn't a moment of hesitation, a split second of fear, a wrong decision, or a fall from grace. Women crave these experiences. And let's be clear, men do too. There are men who crave about as much drama as women, but that's another show. So women crave these experiences, not because it helps them to appreciate the good times, but because it is necessary for them to feel attached to this thing called life experiences. That's what makes life fun. You know, who are we but the stories we tell, Dr. Monet? What would life be without our stories? When we tell the best stories of our lives, do we talk about the times we made straight A's in school when things were going hunky-dory for us? No, we talk about that particular bad grade we got, and then we put it all on the teacher. It was the teacher's fault. You know, if she was a better teacher, I would not have scored that poorly. So we focus on something that's negative, and then we find somebody to blame for it. So the challenges of life, obstacles, the downtimes, and the monsters are forever etched into our life experiences by choice. We say that we hate these experiences, but we define our lives and ourselves by the very experiences we pretend to detest. How many women describe themselves as survivors of whatever, instead of as spelling bee champions or employees of the month, etc., etc.? Why does one outweigh the other ones in our minds? That is what we are going to be talking about today. We crave drama. Yes, we do. Don't deny it. Not all of us, but many of us do. Because we need to experience the exhilaration of uncertainty, the excitement of having to exercise our creative powers to transform a situation or tame a wild beast. We understand and accept our feminine powers. Yes, we do. We need to expend them in battle, not in the war zone, of course, but in our personal lives. We are addicted to the pride that comes from the challenge of overcoming. Hear what I just said to you?
Yes.
We are addicted to the pride that comes from the challenge of overcoming. When there's no drama eagerly popping up in our lives, we get lost in, that's why a lot of people who watch soap operas and things of that, reality shows and celebrity gossip, if they don't have all that drama in their lives, that's an out for them. They enjoy that. We want the oh my God factor, and we want it every day, because without it, we will be numb. Dr. Monet,
yes,
of intuitive sciences, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
So I have some points that I want us to focus on, and I have about 6 or 7 points that I just want us to talk about today. Number one, and then I'll give you my little, my interpretation of this particular concern, and then you give me your input. What is the easiest way to propel yourself into the spotlight? For the most part, it's drama. If you know a little bit of news, someone or a situation, you can quite easily become the center of attention.
Yes.
For example, if you have information about a crime, you can become the first-hand witness. Everybody's coming after you. The media, you getting excited. After the initial information that you have shared, then others will start coming to give the same perspectives that you shared. But sometimes when you share it, you kind of add a little something to it, to build up the drama. So some of these witnesses are asked to share and come and be on television shows and what have you. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I lived in Michigan, I lived by the roadside. And so I always saw traffic. One particular day, there was a bad accident, and the news media, they just went from home to home to see who would, talk about what they saw. Well, I saw it firsthand. And so I had the temerity to stand out there and share that with them. And let me tell you, I was inundated by the news media. I was on television and all that. All I saw was just, an accident. That was it. But the news media itself, they know that people love drama, right? So they wanted the drama around this little accident. And hey, listen, I was getting all that attention. I stand accused. And I was telling them, everything I thought I knew. But some of them that didn't happen. But that was drama. What do you think about women loving attention, Dr. Monet?
Well, I will say we have to look at the nature of woman. And we have to look at what are our roles innately, and then what is society's expectation of women. Women are, if you look at the correlation, the earth, they say Mother Earth. Mother Earth is in representation of the woman.
Yes.
And so Mother Earth holds the energy of nurturing, of sustaining life, of giving life. And that's the same energy that women hold also.
Yes.
And so we're constantly, for survival reasons, to protect our children, to protect our families, for survival reasons, a lot of times we are assessing what is going on in this realm.
Yes.
And that's for a lot of times protection also, because we're constantly wanting to protect, because that is part of our nature. If we were not protectors of life, if we were not protectors, of our children, what would happen to humanity? And so we have to look at the positive side of drama, not just the negative side, but also the positive side of drama, being that it may appear very dramatic or negative, but we have to understand that by nature, we have to assess what is good and what is bad. We're constantly doing that. And that is so that for survival reasons. And so we have to look at that and the nature of what a woman is and what women do, and the energy that we hold. And so we have to not only look at that, we have to appreciate that. So it may look, for instance, if you have a individual saying something about another woman, you have a woman talking about another woman, maybe she's not caring for her children the way that she thinks that she should be caring for her children. We can look at that negatively, or we can look at that as an attempt in order to regain order and maintain protection of humanity, which would be that child. And so we have to look at it that way. But then we can also look at it on the other side. We can also look at the negative aspects of trauma. And a lot of that comes from competition. How we are represented on the earth, is, there's a competition between us, because what we see in the media, and how we're compared to each other, our bodies, our physical appearances, and everything, we're having to have some type of competition in that, or most people feel that they have some competition in that. They're looking at the other woman and seeing if she meets that status quo, and then that can cause some jealousy, that can cause some feelings of not being able to meet the bar if they see someone that represents what society is saying a woman is supposed to represent. And
That's
so
right.
that may cause some people to be jealous, and then cause a lot of drama, and what I call it is character assassination, assassinating that person character, which is just as bad as a person fighting or putting their hands on a person, just assassinating their character for no really apparent reason, but what is internal within inside of them.
Yeah.
What it is that they would like to change about their self, and they're looking in the mirror at what they want to be, but they're not there yet. Not to say they can't be there, but they're not feeling that they can meet that mark. And so we have to change that narrative of what it is to be a woman
Yeah,
and femininity.
you know what, when you love attention, loving attention is not all particularly bad. I mean, it sometimes just the work that we do brings attention to us, and as a matter of fact, sometimes that attention is what makes you grow, you see.
Yes.
So you can't what they say, you can't slink into greatness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you sometimes you got to present yourself there, but it's how you do it. Of course, that's the problem. You know, we all seek attention, but it's how you seek that attention.
Absolutely.
And then with drama, for a lot of women, drama is very exciting. You know,
Yeah.
I have to admit that most women find drama to be quite exciting, even if it means hurting somebody else. You know, and that's the tragedy of the earth. You know, even though the drama happens to an individual, or maybe to a group of other people, those women who love drama get entertained by it because it's almost like watching a movie or a show. You see, have you ever noticed when there's an accident, when you're driving, there's an accident? I'm not saying it's just women who do it, but you find that a lot of people who watch the accident because they thrive off of that drama. That's drama. You know, they pull out their phones and they want to take pictures. Now, I do understand sometimes some of it is just so bad that you really want to see what happened. You know, I don't know if you're seeing what happened so that you can prevent it from happening to you, but it's just a part of the excitement of drama. So when you see it, you know, as horrific as it sounds, it's true. You know, people love drama, so it's exciting. What do you think about that? The exciting nature.
I think the excitement comes from the way that we're conditioned. And that goes back to what I call the illusionary cycle, which is based on our experiences and our in our environment. We respond in an emotional way. It gets processed in the subconscious mind, creates a belief, and from that belief, behaviors. And so, you know, and the reason why I call it the illusionary cycle is because it's an illusion of who we are. It's not something that is true. It's just illusion. It's who we think we are. It's not who we actually are. And so, a lot of times what happens is, you know, throughout our life, there's many illusionary cycles, which starts from birth on till adulthood and continues until really our death, until we recognize how to control that aspect of our life, how to get in what I call the creative cycle, which is we're creating and empowering our life and getting in the driver's seat of our life. And so what I think is a lot of times people are living out an illusionary cycle. And so in living out an illusionary cycle, the behaviors that they have come from something that they experienced in the past, which those experiences cause them to respond to things in those negative ways, or how I would look at it as a negative way. A lot of people will sit and watch the accident. And they will not do anything about it. They won't get out of their car. They don't check on the person. They don't even call the police or the ambulance. You know, they just, like you said, thrive off of that drama. And we have to say why. What has happened in these people's life that makes them feel that they have to feed off of drama? And that comes from something that has happened in their past and their belief. Because if you have a established belief that's opposite to that, you would get out of your car. You would make sure that those people were all right. You're not feasting off of the drama.
That's right.
You will respond totally differently because we respond based on what our beliefs are, our core beliefs, and that's subconscious.
That's
and
right.
So,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And so what we have to understand is a lot of times, many people, many women that are very dramatic, they gossip a lot, they character assassin, they do all of these things. They don't even know why they're doing that. But I'm telling you today, the reason why they are doing that is because of the illusionary cycle. They are in the illusionary cycle. It's based on what their core beliefs are, not making them, no judgment, a bad person, but making them a person that needs to refrain from those beliefs so that they are able to heal that aspect of their life and stop hurting others, because hurt people.
Dr.
And this is
Monet,
much bigger.
Dr.
Mhm.
Monet, I was in Michigan and I was going down the street. I think it was is it? Do we have a Madison? I don't remember what that avenue is. It's in Utica,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, and it was at a gas station,
Hmm.
and these two women were beating up on each other. I'm telling you, stripping. Do you understand? Breasts hanging out, everything, stripping each other. It was almost like a battle over who's going to outstrip the other. They were fighting so hard. What was disheartening though was to see my sisters stand there and watch their own sisters stripping in the street, and the men are taking pictures and they beat each other, pulling their fake hair all off. Oh my God, how awful was that? Well, I just didn't think that they should be doing that. So I stopped I parked my car and I ran out, and I ran to them and I was screaming at everybody. I said, "Why are you guys letting them do this? Why are you enjoying this?" And I was just yelling at those two women, "Cover yourselves up. Look around you. Look and see. They're laughing at you. They're
Yes.
laughing at you. This is not necessary." But that's what I mean. Some people just love drama because they know that what they're doing is not right. They know. And they know that all these people are gawking at them, and then they're stripping each other naked in the street, just fighting. That is drama. Anyway, the
Yes.
other thing is that women love stories. Yes,
Mhm.
we do. Have you been excited to tell your friend a story about something that may have happened? We find this exercise to be very entertaining because it gives us a story to tell. Something that has a beginning, something that has a middle, something that has an end. It extends into the story. We want to make sure you get every aspect of it. Now, if this story is a mystery, it even becomes even more exciting to tell it, particularly if the person we're telling it has not heard it before. Then we get excited to tell it. Now, even if it's negative, it still provides an interesting story. And that is enough drama for many women. Telling stories, that draw attention to them, is a good thing. What do you think about that?
I think the same. I think that telling stories is not necessarily always a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing, but when we get into, again, assassinating people's character,
Character.
bending the truth, not telling stories that are true, or
Yes.
making assumptions about things, and not having the facts, though that's when those stories are not good. But when we tell stories and pass down stories and things like that, that's not a bad thing. But a lot of people that are thrive off of drama, they seek drama, will tell stories that are either not true, they
Mm-hmm.
may be partially true, or they may be assassinating someone's character. They may be stories that they should not tell. And so we have to analyze ourselves and say, as women, what type of story am I telling?
Mm-hmm.
What will be the outcome of this, and or how this could potentially hurt someone else if it got back to them.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to look within. It's all about looking within. We have to look within as to why if we are telling stories that may be hurtful, that are negative. Why are we doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing that? Why are you wanting to do that? Why do you feel that you have to do that?
Yes.
Why is that something that you want to do? And so you have to look at your own conditioning as to why you're doing those particular behaviors that are not serving the person you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
nor is that serving you, because if it gets back to them, that can cause an altercation, that
Yes.
can cause some problem. And like
Yes.
my mother-in-law said, you never know who will give you water. You
Yes.
never know. You
Yes.
never know. That person that you may not like, or you may look negatively towards, or maybe telling these stories about, maybe one day you may have to get help from that
From
individual.
that person. That's right. That's
So
right.
we have to realize that, and we have to know the hurt that assassinating people's characters, telling stories about people, making assumptions about people.
That's right.
We have to know how hurtful that is to individuals
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
before we think to do it. A lot of times we just do it not thinking. You
Hold
know,
your tongue.
we
Hold
must
your tongue.
take that in account.
Hold your tongue. Be careful what you're telling. Like you said, it may come back to bite you. You know.
Hmm.
Now the other thing about drama is that it helps us to connect to our. It connects with our emotions.
Yes.
Okay. There are certain things that we do in life, that are very mundane, to some, and things like reading a book or taking care of household needs or just doing those things that we do regularly, but it doesn't really connect to our emotions. I mean, how exciting do we find activities like doing laundry or washing
Right.
dishes or cleaning the windows? Sometimes if you read a good book, it may somehow connect you to some degree, something that's written, but it doesn't really, it's not as exhilarating as real life drama. So even though
Mhm.
you may get some of it in the reading, but it's not as good as the real life drama, you know. On the contrary, let's say if a friend of yours is having a challenge, or maybe they share with you that they're having a problem with their spouse or girlfriend or whatever, you do you're going to feel quite emotionally connected to that story and may have some level of sympathy for your friend, but really, quite, believe it or not, what is actually moving you is the degree of the fact that they shared that story with you, and taking comfort from you in sharing that their story. It makes you feel more in touch with your emotions,
Yes.
too. So we kind of get connected to the drama if it connects to our emotions. So if something is not connected to our emotions, for the most part, we don't stay with it. Your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts about that again is it goes back to the illusionary cycle. And the illusionary cycle teaches you how powerful our emotions are. We
Mm.
as women, we have to be very careful what we're allowing to be emotional about.
Mm-hmm.
When we're watching these shows that have these women with all of this drama, and that's getting into our subconscious mind. We're becoming emotional about it. Or we have a friend that comes to us and she's telling, constantly gossiping and telling stories about other people that are dramatic. We have to be careful not to get that into our emotions, to think logically about it, or just not engage in it at all. We have to protect our emotions,
Mm-hmm.
because once we start it down that road,
Yes.
once it gets into our emotion,
Mm-hmm.
then it gets into our subconscious mind, creates
That's
a
right.
belief, and from that belief, behaviors.
That's right.
That's why you see women watching these reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
These people, these women are acting in ways, and really, to me, it's all about money. It's not reality. I don't
Yes.
think they're living that way. It's just to get ratings. But you're watching this, and our minds does not know the difference between the media, watching TV, and true reality. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you know, with our minds is like, okay, this is really happening in our life.
Yes.
So we get that into our emotions, we feel what they're feeling, and all of those things, and then how they're reacting, their behaviors. And then what we notice is we go out and we start doing some of these behaviors.
Yes.
We start, we start showing ourselves and showing up in a
Mhm.
way that's very dramatic. That's
That's right.
just like those people in the media. We have
That's
to be careful about that. A lot of people, we're not told about or learn about our emotions. I'm trained in emotional intelligence. We have to be careful about our emotions and what we allow to get in. If you have a friend that is constantly gossiping about people, cut it out right away.
hmm.
All you have to do is shift the conversation. Say, how about we talk about something else?
Yes.
Begin to talk or just change the subject. For me, some people may think it's rude. I will just change the subject because I've been conditioned the other way. My father was so particular about any gossip in the house, especially for me as a woman. He
Mm.
did not like gossip. He would not tolerate it. So anytime we were talking, so I kind of conditioned myself out of it. And then now that I'm an adult, it's hard for me to engage or be around a lot of gossiping,
Mhm.
So, a lot of times I'll just change the subject,
Mhm.
but I'll notice that some women do not want to engage with me because I don't want to engage in the drama.
Yeah.
Or what I'll say, they may say something, and what I'll say is more constructive.
Yes.
So the thing is, you know, and those people, they're not meant to be around me because
Mhm.
I know how powerful emotions are. I know
Yes.
how powerful it is that they're telling me a story. I'm visualizing that story in my
Mhm.
head,
Mhm.
and I'm creating beliefs about that story,
Mhm.
and judgments, and it's getting into my emotions.
Yes.
And then I'm creating these beliefs.
Yeah.
And then say down the road, that person they're talking about, you have established a belief about that person. You may
It,
look negatively about that person when you don't even know if that story was even true.
it was even true. Thank you. Good
Mhm.
point. Good point. Now, then, yeah. The other thing about drama is it is a distraction. It is a
Yes.
distraction. It is a complete distraction. You know, and that's the reason why many women love it. Now, here's something I need to stress, that it's not just women that love drama. Men do. Even the men who accuse of
Yes.
being very dramatic, some of them are the most dramatic human beings. So let's be clear on that. But the real issues in our lives may not be as exciting, or they may be too stressful to handle. So we try the distraction thing. We thrive off the drama from the rest of the world, you know, and hoping that the rest of the world can help us forget about the truth about our own lives, you see. While it's an unhealthy alternative, thriving off external drama does give us a rest from our
Mhm.
own overwhelming personal stress. It
Yes.
does. It does. So even
Mhm.
even if it buys us some time to come up with some solution, with what we have to deal with, drama does help. It does help. Drama is derived from disasters, destruction. There's a lot of drama around all the accidents, deaths. All of these help us to see from a, a larger perspective. You know, I'm talking about when we're engaged in drama derived from these, from disasters, destruction, accidents, and deaths. It helps us to see from a larger perspective. It pulls us away
Yes.
from our condition, you know, and puts our focus on something else. And sometimes it's not a bad thing, because what happens is, as you're focused on something else, you're using those things to try and visualize your own problems. How do I deal, you know, because your challenge that you're running from may not be as severe as the other things outside of you, you see. So you may even learn to appreciate what little you've got going by seeing what else that's going on around you. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I totally agree. Drama is a distraction, but we also have to understand that it's a serious thing because it's connected with our emotions. the main question that we have to ask ourselves when we're engaging in any type of drama is, how are we engaging in drama?
That's right.
The how is very important,
Mm-hmm.
because there's ways that we can engage in drama that has a positive outcome, and there's ways that we can engage in drama that has a negative outcome.
That's
And
right.
so we have to, when we're looking at drama, how are we engaging? It's just like what we were talking about earlier with what I was saying, the example about an accident. There's some people that will actually get out their car, they'll help the people, make sure they're all right. They'll call the police, they'll call the ambulance. And then you have others that's just taping the whole thing on their phone, getting a thrill or getting whatever pleasure they are from just viewing the drama. So we have to understand we can engage in drama in a positive way, but then we can engage in drama in a negative way. And so we want to be on that positive side. So we must make sure that we're on that positive side.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing we have to understand is that when a person is able to control your emotions, sway your emotions, get into your emotions,
Yes.
they're able to fully control you.
Yes.
Because your emotions is directly connected to your subconscious mind.
Yes.
So your subconscious mind, like I said, it creates beliefs, and then from those beliefs, behaviors, and a lot of times behaviors that we don't even understand why we're doing the things we do, nor do we desire those behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
So we must protect our emotions. We must know how we are getting engaged in drama.
Yes.
Because if we don't get that under control, people can control us. And like what Your Excellency is saying, the man, it may be a man that he loves to see the drama between women.
Yes.
He may have two women
That's right.
that are crazy about him, and he loves to see them fighting. He loves to see that drama.
He loves that drama.
Controlling both of those women. That's what they don't understand, because he's gotten into both of their emotions.
Uh-huh.
And he's able to cause things and put things in place so that they fight against each other.
You
have to understand that.
Some of the men thrive on that. They don't want a boring woman. They want that one that gives them that drama. So
yes,
that's one of the things that drives it. Because he loves the drama.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some friends who just love you because you're dramatic. Because they're full of drama.
Mm-hmm.
So they like the fact that you're full of drama. So you're compatible, so to speak.
Absolutely.
People, So the other thing I want to touch upon is, okay, we know that we know that drama is women love attention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of any woman who doesn't, but it's how you seek it that's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Drama is exciting. We talked about that. Women love stories, and drama connects with our emotions. And of course, drama is a distraction. So now the question is, okay, now that we've talked a little bit about it, it's not exhaustive. It's just that we just barely touched it, touched upon some of the causes of drama. But how do we deal with drama queens? Let me share this thoughts with you. Someone who is full of drama, you realize that it's not a very easy thing to do. Okay, changing them is not an easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. Understand that, so that you don't get disappointed that you tried the first time and it doesn't work. Because when you see your friend or your family member, whomsoever, that's self-destructing because of their drama, and you want to change it, and if it doesn't work like when you want, you get all bent out of shape. Don't, because it's not easy. Most of us are engaged in drama, and so we can't necessarily look at it as them versus us. You know what I'm saying? Because we too, to some degree, all of us, are in the same category as drama queens, However, there are those who are more full of drama than the rest of us. And we have to be in a position to do something when we see them engaged in something that is not good, not just for them, but for others. If you see somebody who's engaged in a drama that's going to be destructive to a friend or somebody else, don't sit back and watch that. Don't join in the fray. Don't don't be so bashful that you can't speak up, that you see them trying to distort the truth about somebody and you join in that. Sometimes you just got to just step back and watch the situation before you make your input. It's always very important to make sure that you don't get engaged in giving away too much information either. Because people love, and not even to family members, there are just certain things that you just keep to yourself. You don't share. Some things, yes, but some things you don't, not with everyone. Because I tell you one thing, some things that you share, the drama queens will love to spread it to everybody else, and that's what they get a high. That's why there was a study done where you tell a story. The first person who tells the story passes it on to the next person, and then the next person is supposed to pass it on to the whisper in the ear of the next person, and it goes on and on to the last person. By the time it gets to the last person, it's not even what you said. Because of drama, because of the need to dramatize, to get more out of the story, by the time it gets to the last person, that story, which started off about a car, ends up about an airplane. You see, so you've got to be very careful what you share, because those who are full of anger, drama, they will take it where it shouldn't go. It's always very important, to make sure that you don't get engaged in giving away too much information. I think I just talked about that. So I cannot overemphasize that. Don't. If you don't want it to be heard, there's some things we all talk about as women, of course, but if it's something you don't want to be heard by some other ears, don't. I know a person who's personally full of so much drama. It creates drama and waits for you to fall into the trap and engage. But it's not always a good idea to engage. Sometimes it's just best not to say much of anything and just ignore the drama. You see what I'm saying? But what happens ultimately, if the person feels that you're not interested in their nonsense and in their drama, they may back off. They may stop, But they will initiate it, expecting you to get involved, to get bent out of shape because of what they've done or what they've said. And a lot of times, many of us, we do. But I've learned as I'm getting older, I tell my children, I don't fight everything. I pick my battles. We should have that. Pick your battles. You don't have to be in everything. Sometimes, your own children will think they know everything. And it's okay. They're growing up. They're trying to exert their, adulthood. And it's okay. It's okay. But you don't have to be all caught up in their drama. Sometimes let them. My youngest daughter always tells me, Mom, let the person be on their journey. Everybody's on their journey. Let them be on their journey. You don't have to interject all the time.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And as parents, we want the best for our children, and we get involved. And when we shouldn't, we get involved with them and their husbands and girlfriends and all of that. Back off, Ma. Back up, Pa. You don't need to be all in it. Particularly when you have a daughter or daughters or a son or whomsoever who loves drama. Say as little as possible and keep it moving. Misery does not need your company every day. Sometimes you just have to turn and just move and let them be on their journey and move on with your life. Sometimes individuals who drama, they really need somebody, and here's on the other side of the coin. There are some individuals who love drama and really need somebody to show them an alternative way of living. It could be your kind words or suggestions about some fun things they maybe need to do that will require less drama for them, and present them with a peaceful existence. There are some other things that require less drama and will still be as beneficial to them and help them grow as the drama, the one thing that causes more drama in their lives. Sometimes, like Dr. Monet, you said earlier, sometimes they don't even know they are riddled with drama. They don't know. It may have been something in the past that caused them to be so dramatic. If you notice that somebody is always so negative, it may be helpful to just sit with them and ask them why they're full of such pessimism. What's up? You'll be amazed at something that you do not know that's causing them to choose to, be in this state of being. You see, so sometimes many such women are ignored in their lives and have always sought to have attention, or may have them, may have been spoiled as young people, so they've learned that it's okay to be self-absorbed. If this person is important to you, you may want to get to the root of the problem and start talking to them. Dr. Monet, your thoughts?
Yes, I agree. We have to control the situation when it deals with drama. I apologize. I said trauma because a lot of times drama is caused, that people are engaged in drama because of some of the traumas that they have had, and that's absolutely true. But we must control how, again, like I said, the how
Yes.
we're engaging with people
Mm-hmm.
in drama. A lot of times, and we must be willing to let people go.
Yes.
We must be willing, if that person says, well, you're boring, you don't
Mm-hmm.
talk about anything, you don't, they're wanting you to engage with all of the drama that they bring you,
Yes.
and you're not willing to do that, or you respond to them in ways that they does not fuel the drama.
That's right.
And they don't want to be around you, and
Yes.
that could be hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to hold on to them because you're not in the same energy.
Yes.
When I deal with energy, I'm a Reiki master. I'm trained in energy, other energy therapies. And when looking at it on an energetic perspective,
Mm-hmm.
you're not in the same energy. I tell my clients, when I first start working with clients, when we start removing blocks, when we start to heal, there are going to be people that are going to fall off.
Yes.
So don't let them go because you're not in the same energy. They may not want to be around you because if they were what they call trauma bonding, you were trauma bonding, and what it was that linked you, as far as trauma, it's no longer there because you've healed from that. They're going to recognize that. They're going to know this something is different. We're not bonded the same way. And that goes with drama. If you're no longer engaging in drama, you're no longer engaging in gossip, you're no longer engaging in character assassination, then that person, your friend, or who you thought was your friend, may not want to engage with you anymore. You have to accept letting them go. It may be hurtful at first, but
Yes.
you have to leave them where they are, because engaging in the drama that they're engaging in is causing issues, or may cause issues in your life. So they can either change, but most people, for the most part, people have to change on their own. You can't force people to change. They
Yes.
have to do it on their own. No one can change a person.
That's right.
So you have to understand that. You
Yes.
can talk to them all day, every day, but internally, they do not want to change. They don't want to change what you perceive as negative. They
Mm-hmm.
may not feel that that's negative, and they may not want to change, but you can make a decision on what you're going to
To
do
be a part
in
of
that
it.
matter.
Yeah. Somebody wrote, say, Facebook user. I don't have a name there, but it says, "What about people that are self-absorbed and their family members? All they talk about is themselves." That's true. That's true. They could be. You could have that in your family, and what you do is just. I always say, misery doesn't need my company.
Yes.
When people have when people are full of drama, you just kind of pull away from them a little bit and let them deal with what they have to deal with. Like my daughter says, they're on their own journey, and sometimes you just have to let them be on their journey. If it's something you can do something about, do it. But if it's going to create more drama, leave it alone. Now you don't always have to be in it. You don't always have to be. You just keep moving, keep it moving. That's what I say. Keep it moving. And I just want to share this um, video. We'll take a quick break and I'll share this video. And the reason why this video is so important, I'll share that as soon as I get through playing it.
African Women Mobilization Commission Child Sponsorship Program. Here at OMSI, We believe that every child deserves a chance to thrive, no matter who they are or where they live, and that opportunities help a child to develop and build precious imagination. A healthy and imaginative mind can see the possibilities of the future. And a child with a future can weather the storms of life if given the right tools and the chance. Sponsoring a child helps a child to eat, get an education, have good health care, and gain a friend and mentor in you. I know you want to know more. Sponsor a child by visiting AfricanWomenCommission.net. After all, a child is waiting. Register to meet your sponsored child today.
For those of you who don't know, I'm the president of the African Women Mobilization Commission. I'm so excited about this child sponsorship. And I just want to thank those who have already signed up. And if you go to AfricanWomenCommission.net, you will see there's so many children that need to be sponsored. Please pick one. As little as $5, $10, anything you can give, and then ask your friends to help you sponsor one child. One particular child that's just gotten sponsored, I'm so excited about. I'm so excited for him. He has ear infection, very bad ear infection, to the extent that he can't even think. You know, they're asking him questions, and he's so overwhelmed with pain he cannot even think. And so, last night he was sponsored by a lady. God bless her. God bless her. She knows who she is, and so we're going to seek medical attention for this poor baby. I mean, and he's only 6 years old, and his ear is full of infection, and no help. So you can imagine. Think about your own child having infection in the ear, and there's nothing that nobody can do. So I'm so grateful for those of you who care about humanity and are not absorbed with where the person is from, and you're just interested in helping. Please go to AfricanWomenCommission.net. And please, I beg you. I say I beg you because sometimes you have to beg people to open their minds and be receptive of helping others. So anyway, now we've come to the end of our program. We got about 2 minutes. I just want to end with this, and then Dr. Monet, you can end with your thoughts. I just want to say, let's tone the drama. Let's tone down the drama. You know, many of us have drama ingrained in our character from earlier years, and it's not necessarily very easy to scrub off. So many of us have been hurt. We have been in pain. We have been marginalized. We have been talked about, kicked, and pushed to the corner. And so we love drama. However, although drama may have its entertainment and exhilarating elements, it does have a tendency to create pain for others. So be careful what is causing your excitement. Instead of us going after the thrill of the whole thing, we should be more focused on promoting peace amongst each other. Ladies, we need to promote peace amongst ourselves. To do so, we'll have to change the character flaw that does impact many women and cause selfishness and separation from other women. This may sound like a platitude, but it is better to have drama around love than drama around destruction. That is my take on the whole program. And I would like to ask Dr. Monet to give her a parting statement. Dr. Monet, go ahead, please.
Yes, I would also like to say, in dealing with drama, know the how. How are we going to engage in drama? And know that the way that we engage in drama is a way of lifting humanity, opposed to bringing humanity down, and especially our fellow women. And so let's reflect. Let's look at ourselves. Let's look at our behaviors and know what we're doing. And those things that we're doing that does not serve us, let's let them go.
Yes.
That is all that I have to say. And I thank you for allowing me to be on the show, Your Excellency.
Thank you so very much, and thank you for joining us and all your wise words of wisdom. The Ndumodu Show with Dr. O on Facebook. Please join us there. Also, the Ndumodu Show on YouTube. Please, if you want to support our program and you want to be alerted when we're having another show, please do not hesitate to go in there and subscribe. We need you to subscribe. We want our numbers to grow. If you want to get in touch with me directly, you can visit drosimiri.com. And if you want to know a little bit more about the African Women Mobilization Commission and how you can be a part of helping with the children that need our help, please visit africanwomencommission.net. Until we see you again next week, it's always a pleasure. Hey, I just enjoy just being here just to have a chit chat. You know, it's always saved and you can always play. If you weren't able to see it, you can always play. Dr. Monet, as always, I thank you. Yagazie, my sister. And so
thank you.
Okay, everybody, you all have a wonderful, powerfully wonderful day.
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.